Hey guys, this is Eirik. I'm a real life paranormal consultant since 2005. I've been appearing on national TV since then, and I get paid for my opinion in the paranormal field. So today we're gonna do a real time reaction on some of the videos you find on YouTube. Um, at this in this episode, we're gonna do Mystery Man's post on the 30 scariest paranormal encounters caught by cops. This is episode 3 of my video podcasts, or the episodes I'm making. Uh, this is raw footage, no editing, as you can see. I don't read a script. It's always been that way on me on TV. They give me a premise on what they want, and then I don't follow a script. I make a script in my head with my own words, because if you just memorize something, it doesn't really internalize and come out as natural as it is right now. So let's start with this video thing, and I'll stop talking. I'll tell you a lot of things that I encounter on the field and compare it to what we're seeing. What would a paranormal consultant with decades of experience do?
When he returned to the car, he saw this.
At least I know I'm not crazy. Because there's definitely somebody standing right there.
So what's going to happen to that guy? It's just going to be there? Okay, when we enter an investigation, we don't put the premise of fear. That's one of the things I tell everyone I'm with, the entire crew, the lighting crew, the audio guys, the cameramen. Don't be scared, because it's an investigation. So you gotta be unbiased about it. If you're scared, you're already giving the premise that, oh my god, it's a jump scare. That's how scary shows happen. They give you a little background and puts a scary music on, even though it's not even scary. But anyway.
Absolutely not.
So what this guy... Okay, let's pause.
Just an illusion, a ghost, or someone hiding.
So in my situation, if I were this police officer, if I were to go to this location where he saw this, first thing I would do is contact the weather forecasts, the weather bureau or the weather station in that area, find out how the weather was during that night, and contact the owner of the house. They say it's abandoned. Okay, but someone owns it for sure, so someone might be there. And a person shining a flashlight towards your door isn't exactly a welcome sight these days. You'll be wary of getting out there, like getting shot or stabbed, or anyone with a flashlight, even though it's a cop. I'm not going to go deeper into that, but you know how it's like. It's 2025. So, yes, this could be two things. I need to know who owns the place. I need to know the history of the place. I need to know what time it happened. I need to know who's involved, and the person, the witnesses, the case subjects. I interview them during my cases with the TV shows. And then I would just assess or debunk based on their emotional and mental state at that point. Were they having their belief systems? I would actually go into where they live. I would ask permission. Can I go and explore your room? If I see motivations of fear or increased imagination coupled with some prescription or didn't eat or something, anything physiological, emotional, mental, environmental, this could be all correlated into what's happening around you. It's not just, oh, I see something. Seeing makes it real. Sometimes our brain interprets different things in different situations depending on the chemical balance of your body or the imbalance it has. So, okay, I'm ranting. Let's move forward. So right now, this could be someone in there, because entities, I have seen them. They have manifested. This is an entity would not be this corporeal. Like you can see my mouse cursor going around. This would not be solid. Entities would have a silhouette around them. Although I have seen one, level 3, level 4 ones. Yes, there are levels to it in the paranormal field. It's not an established science, but we try to put names on it because if you don't put a name on it, you're just going to be confused the next time around. Where they actually talk to you. But this one is just standing there, and the cop not knowing if there's anyone around. It might be abandoned. Someone made a report that they saw something, and he comes over. The light's already on. I would contact the electrical company. Was there any electrical consumption at that time? So there are a lot of things you can do to verify this one situation right here. Okay, let's move on.
Too well for the police to find. I guess we'll never know. In a food court of a closed mall, a security officer mentioned he had a girl crying in the dining area.
Oh, this one happens a
during the
lot.
night. When he went to check it out, he saw a little girl who seemed only visible to him. She said she was looking for her mother. After talking to her for a while, the officer left to report his discovery. His colleagues informed him that no one else was in the area. What could he have encountered that night?
Okay. This is one of the classic ones. It happens a lot. I saw something, I spoke with them, but the camera didn't find any. So it didn't record anything. You were the only one perceiving it. So I would lean towards, if this interacted with you, it could be a sentient entity where its only means of communication is telepathy. Because if you remove the body, your only means of communicating is what? Images, emotions. So sensitives, he's probably one of them. I'm not doing a final decision here, a deduction. He might have a history of being interested in such things and then got into a job where, look at the place, it's late in the evening where everything's so relaxed and it's just chill. So your body's relaxed, your mind is clear, just walking around aimlessly trying to figure out like the security and such, to doing your job. And then you encounter a little girl. Only you can see. Perception is really tricky. So we can only see a certain wavelength and frequency of the light spectrum, the sound spectrum, and beyond those frequencies that we are capable of perceiving, it's just empty nothingness. But there can be something in those frequencies that exist. This is where they are. As a paranormal consultant, I don't approach things like, oh, there's a ghost immediately. No, I don't say that. There might be something there, but there might not be something there, but there might be a better explanation than what you have. Like, definitely a ghost. Not really, not all the time. 99% of it is just psychology, mental state, physiological state, what you ate, what medications you're taking, if you're a little bit drunk, or you're relaxed, or you have certain skill sets that you don't really acknowledge in your resume when you apply for a job. Like, oh, I have, like me. I don't exactly declare to my job now as a behavioral technician. I was a paranormal consultant, and I can feel things, and I can touch you and absorb information. That's what I used to do. So I know mental states can be tricky. So I'm wondering, if I were in this situation, if I were this guy, if I were someone investigating this case, I would be at the location on a night that's similar weather patterns to this one. So I would have to find out what weather it was. The higher the humidity, the better. The more relaxed and the more they manifest. So it's a lot easier. So I would interview this guy. I would interview the camera crew. I would have some technical expert because I'm not an expert in all fields. I'm a master of none. So I would have a psychologist. I would have a technician investigate the cameras if they were working 100%. I would look into the model of these cameras if they're able to function as within the parameters. And the best resource is the interview with the security guy right there. So I would love to investigate this because this is one of the things that's like 60-70% real. It's not a psychic impression. It's not a resonant infection. I will explain what these are later. Because it's not an imprint where it loops. Those are psychic impressions. Where a tragic accident or a tragic incident happens in one location and atomic resonance imprint happens in that area. Or objects associated with it. That's why some people can read objects associated with a crime. Some are more aligned to it on a certain frequency and wavelength. This is a lot to do with sciences and psychology and frequency and quantum mechanics. This is not just, I will pray and this happens. No, it's not like that. So I would love to interview this guy and give an assessment if he has sensitive nature, if he can absorb information or has a history of it on a non-biased stance, because when you approach an investigation you can't assume anything. So I may have an idea what I think it is if they give me a case, but I will, when I enter a location or interview a case subject, I will not definitely tell him, oh, you're imagining things. That would contaminate the entire interview. I would just let him talk. Let him be comfortable. When you got a lot of body language interpretation here happening, it could be that could be flawed as well because body language interpretation isn't 100%. He may have he could have taken a pill or whatever. So we don't know that. So we have to explore the medical, the technological, the scientific aspect would be the quantum mechanics and the chemistry behind it. But anyway, moving forward. We got 30 minutes left. Oh, this one's just crazy. Come on. It's just okay, I'm going to move this forward because I think you guys have seen this before. It's just a crazy religious woman thinking she has powers. I have seen this before. This is a type of psychosis. I'm not going to declare anything because I am not a psychiatrist or a psychologist. But this is a type of psychosis that we encounter 99% of exorcism cases, 99% of cases like these are psychiatric. So she needs to be assessed by a licensed psychiatrist, not me. I mean, if you give me a case like this, and it happened. I would go to the studio and they would show me images of something like this, and I'm like, you don't need me here. You need a medical doctor, a psychiatrist. This one I'm curious about.
Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. Your registration is...
Let's pause right there. Okay. Did you see the police officer look at the registration before she said your registration is expired? She did not, did she? She just turns her head, didn't even look down, didn't even look at the registration. I think that was quick. And then you turn back and she's gone. Okay, you know what this is? This has been going around the internet for a while. And Sarah is an actress. And this is a skit. I would refer you to this guy. Okay. I would put links right here after. This guy breaks down fake body cam of disappearing girl. Chris the Cop. I'm going to subscribe to this guy. I suggest you subscribe to him too if you want. I credit him for doing all this. And you'll see. It's the body cam footage, according to Chris the Cop. It doesn't align with actual body cam footage. This is just meshed together to look like an actual a single footage. But this is an independent film. where this Sarah, the disappearing girl, is. It's all fake. But it's a good, scary thing. I'm not saying Mystery Man is just faking it. He's just showing you what's available out there. Just what I'm doing right now. So there's nothing wrong with it. Subscribe to this guy, Mystery Man. Okay, let's go. Let's move on.
What the? Sarah? What the heck? Sarah?
But if this was a real investigation,
3201.
if I were there, I'm like,
Instant. A girl named Sarah.
I need to see all the information. I need a DNA swab of everything in that car.
Or anyone around to help.
It's going to be expensive.
From that moment on.
If I do an investigation, it's a lot of resources. I need sterile bags to collect information and to collect evidence. If you see a ghost there, you spot a ghost there, I'm going to dig that up 6 inches to a foot down and send that sample to someone who can analyze and see if there's any residual thing there that can attribute to not normal. So, or hair samples. Like if you see aliens standing in your backyard, I made a video about that. You can look it up in my channel. If you see aliens standing in your backyard, I would be running around with a bag, a sterile bag, evidence bag, just scooping in soil and everything around the area, broken leaves, branches. They can be camouflage according to the witnesses, but camouflage doesn't mean you're not touching anything. It doesn't mean you're not rubbing against the leaves or hiding behind the tractor. What? The tractor? You're supposed to... Did you make contact with the tractor? Even if you're camouflaged, you would leave residue there. So if their camouflage is not 100%, they would definitely leave biological material there that can easily be investigated in a lab and verified. I would have done that. If there were... Okay, according to the video I posted yesterday, there were 23 aliens in the backyard in Las Vegas. 23 evidence spots. I would be in heaven if I were doing that investigation. Aside from the case subject interviews, I know they believe it's there, but the evidence collection, everyone should be aware of this. If you see something, you can't reach it, take a very clear image of it. Multiple angles. Not just one camera, not just your phone. Use someone else's phone. Use a tablet. At the same time, it's like multiple angles. Because it's very difficult to recreate something and fake something if you have raw footage from different angles, from different types of technology. So, and then it has the same footage because the metadata there is going to be consistent. Anyway, I'm digressing. So this is fake. Sarah is an actress, but for the purpose of scaring people, yeah, that would be scary. Thank you, Mystery Man.
There was no sign of Sarah. The police couldn't identify her, and her true identity remains a mystery. On August 3rd, 2023...
Okay, here's another one. Hey, this is just, what, 2 years ago?
Saw something chilling. A child standing...
Okay, so here... Stop it right there, please. Hold on. Okay. You see a 3-foot-tall child, boy or girl, doesn't matter. It's a child. You don't point your guns at her. This is obviously a film. Or set up. Well, a film. Yeah. This is a skit. Because protocol-wise, they didn't even ask to enter a location. I know this is another country, but protocols... on entering private property should be the same everywhere else. You knock, you ask for permission, you have a warrant. But they just walk in and point a gun at you. No.
Directly at them. Thinking he might be lost, they cautiously moved closer.
Wait, hold on. See how they just... Okay. So when the door closed,
the door to the room slammed shut.
The door closed.
They ran, shaking.
The door closed, and they were just ready to go. Good job, police officers. If the door closed, you would approach the door and check out. But they were all like coordinated when the door closes. Let's run. Okay. I've been doing things on national TV and doing docudramas on horror and as a co-host, as a consultant, and an on-cam investigator since 2005. If I know a skit when I see one. So you would see little loopholes like I'm pointing a gun at a little girl or a little boy, a very beautiful little boy or a little girl, whatever. It's just, and then and the door slams and you start running on cue. Come on, guys, let's do better. Let's do better.
And when they looked back, the boy had vanished without a trace. What could be going on here?
I don't know if any cops actually dress this way.
A hotel security
This
manager
one is
said
interesting to
Paranormal
me.
police
I've seen this
visited
multiple
the police
times.
department after receiving multiple complaints about screaming sounds coming from room 209. Concerned, he decided to investigate.
So, based on the images here, this is, I might not be 100% because this has been around for a while. This is the Wingate Hotel. Okay, let me see. I looked it up. Let's see. Yes, I looked it up before I even started this. This is Ghost 209 Wingate Hotel. Yes, this is the one, early 2000s. Okay, if you wanted a hotel to have people visiting and looking for or ghost hunting, early 2000s is the time where you have. 2005 was when my first horror TV docudrama show was launched. The only one in the entire world at that point, before even Ghost Hunters came along. And it became Asia's #1 horror reality show in 2006, I believe. 2 years later. So 2003 was when this was getting really, really attention from a lot of people, this ghost hunting thing. So if you want someone to go to your hotel and do investigations and rent rooms, and while they're walking around with their cameras and doing all that, this is a good promotional video. This has been debunked. So I'm using AI, Google AI, of course. But yes, it is still good footage, however. It's still great. Oh, I'm playing the wrong one. I'm sorry. It's back here. Let's do this again.
What room is that?
It's the room right above him. It should be 209.
John, you copy?
I wish this was real. I'd be there in a jiffy
Into that room.
on my birthday
Screaming.
for a weekend vacation. Hey, I'd like room 209, please. Thank you, Mr. Wingate Hotel.
What's going on, John?
You know what you can do with that? If I were going to set this up and there are no cameras in the bedroom, I would just set up someone there.
There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there.
Plus, the footage should be analyzed through its metadata, because there's something going on at the very end, which you will see.
Coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room. Correct? John, just wait. We're going to get a hold of the police. So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's going to enter the room real quick just to check, make sure.
This is the fun part.
What do you want?
I actually did this. I would go to places by myself because when you... Okay. 101 investigations. You don't investigate in a group. Ta-da! I just debunked everything you see on YouTube where everyone goes in a group and has fun. No, when you investigate, you're in a group, but you're in a location outside of the property. You just park your stuff there and stay away. You go in one at a time. No contamination, no talking, no radio. Your radio, if you had a radio, it's just for emergencies, but not to communicate what you're seeing and contaminate the entire evidence gathering, because that's what's happening in a lot of ghost videos here. So if I were to investigate, I would be this
Upon
guy.
entering the room, he was
It would
shocked to find
be
it
scary sometimes
completely
because
turned upside
not because I'm
down.
scared of ghosts.
As he stepped
I mean, that's the
inside,
job.
a white shadow
Or
was seen
scared of
leaving
monsters or
the room.
demons or folklore
So
or
it
urban
was
legends.
plain
I'm
to
not
see
scared of
just
those, but
one
I'm
shadow,
wary
while
of
others
the real
believed
dangers,
there
which
were
are
multiple
people.
spirits.
We go to
Over the
locations
years,
where
numerous
it's
reports of
abandoned,
strange noises from
reports
them
of something
surfaced,
happening. And
but
what
this
if there's someone
recording
with a
remains
knife in
the
there?
only evidence
Oh my
of
gosh.
paranormal activity. This security guard started hearing strange
Okay, here it
sounds
is. Here's
and
another
going
one.
through an empty school. To make sure he wasn't going crazy, he recorded the situation. That's when he saw this.
Okay, that's strange. Anyway, let's see if I'm wrong about it. Oh, why is there farting noises? He just... I'm sorry, guys. I need to hear that again. Dude, did you just fart twice? And you could have removed that. Yes, guys. You can say this is real because it was so candid. So it's not a comedy, because if you're going to do that in a skit, you'd ruin the skit. But if you did this in real life and you don't expect yourself to upload it and have people hear you fart twice, this wouldn't be fake. So maybe he was thinking about that. Let's do that. Let's hear that again.
That's when he saw this.
Congratulations. This is what I did during investigation. I would run after things. Why would you look in the trash can?
A
You know, the
shadow
first thing I would do...
and disappearing in front of his eyes.
First thing I would do... Okay, ask him, what did you eat that night? Hey, that affects things, by the way. Physiological. So whatever you eat... Hey, come on, you ingest mushrooms, you get hallucinations. So whatever makes him flatulent, I need to know what it is. It might have a chemical reaction to a specific chemistry causing him to see things or hallucinate or be more susceptible to it. But it's... I don't know. Is this a police body cam, or is he just recording it? But anyway, if the entity was standing there or the object was standing there, I would just go to the location and do swabs.
He searched for the
I would
figure,
swab that floor.
but found nothing.
I would
Some
do
believe it was the spirit.
UV. I would do any biological material detector, get UV radiation, UV light. You could see whatever it is. If it's an ectoplasm, it's biological, so you would see that too.
Of a girl who hung herself in the school
I can't believe
building,
he farted twice.
leaving the security guard absolutely terrified. This security guard was working the night shift.
This one I
when
like.
something strange occurred.
I have seen this multiple times before. And I've worked in hospitals since I do home care, and I bring my patients to hospital appointments,
I saw
doctor's
that shit.
appointments.
I saw that shit.
But look at him. He's already within the premise of being scared.
I saw that shit. And I'm like, and then it disappeared.
I know. The videos that we see today, you are like
I'm like,
pre
Okay. So I looked at the
pre-
camera. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna calm down.
pre-molded. I don't know how to say that.
So I wanted to tell the camera,
You've been
y'all
predisposed
see that
to
shit? Y'all
expect
saw
to
that
be
shit, right?
scared
I'm telling see that
before
shit.
you
Y'all
even
see that?
enter the situation.
A translucent figure
So that would
suddenly
compromise
appeared,
already.
floating above him and moving toward
This one I would like to investigate the technical faculties of the camera,
to this
the
day,
humidity
the man
levels
remains
during that
baffled
time,
by the
internally,
experience.
indoors and outdoors.
One night, this officer recorded a strange sight
Paranormal
while
investigation
leaving
is
the
a
parked
lot
garage
more thorough
after
than
his
just
shift.
looking at videos
As he
and
got
declaring
ready to
something.
leave,
It
he
takes a
heard loud
lot
noises coming
of
from the
physical
parking level he
evidence,
was on. When he shined the light
expert
from his motorcycle
testimonies,
into the
expert
darkness,
analysis.
he was startled to see this. A
Okay, what's
creepy
this one?
figure casually walking through the garage. Since this garage was restricted to employees only, the situation felt even more unsettling.
How would you know that's
The
not an
officer
employee?
searched the area for any signs of life, but found no one. Two officers were investigating.
That's
in the
it?
dark
There's
after
no
receiving
premise
reports
about
from
it? There's no
passersby
there's a
about
shadow?
strange creature near the road.
Okay, there was a shadow and the lady was walking. Most non-corporeals, even though they looked like they manifested corporeally, light can go through them. It's like a hologram. Okay, it's not solid. It's like if you throw something at them, they're not gonna be it's not gonna impact their body. It's just gonna go through. So casting a shadow right there with the light.
That's
It's
when the
just
encounter
one of the things.
was something terrifying. Instinctively,
Come on,
they
man. It's
set
your
back,
job to face that kind
feeling
of thing.
Overwhelming fear. When they later returned to the area to investigate again, they found nothing.
Of course they found nothing. Okay, let's put this back. If I were to give, I'm given a lot of cases by the network, but some of them and some privately, and most of them I decline, because some of them are just like this. The premise is so big. The area of contamination is so large that anything within 30, 40 feet of it could be something. Could be biological, could be an animal, could be a person hiding in the grass, could be, so in this situation, it could be, could be someone there, traces of whatever it is. This is a rural area, suburban at best. There could be someone hiding in there. It could be a homeless person screaming their lungs out in the middle of the night. Someone called it in so they can create a footage, or this entire thing is a skit. We don't know that because you can get costumes like that anywhere. So police officers are more stable emotionally. They're trained to actually face these, but to face the unknown, because that's what they get into every time. They don't know what's there. They just get a call. So you expect yourself to stand your ground. If you don't see any attackers, why would you run? It could be a bobcat. It could be an animal. A llama? A llama doesn't sound like that, I know. It could be a weird goat. I don't know. A goat man, maybe.
It was routine night patrol for the cop, cruising through the quiet streets, until he relaxed a moment too soon and collided with something in the middle of the road. He felt a jolt as his car hit something. Worried he had hit a person, he quickly backed up to check, but found no one. When he later checked the footage, he was even more confused to see he had actually hit a shadowy, translucent figure. What was that? One night, two security officers in our
Okay, so many of these things are just basic footage of something. There could be someone walking. It was too solid. Okay, manifestations can look like people, but they're not solid. It's like when you look at them, I've seen them personally, to be honest. I mean, since 2005 professionally until today, it's 2025. There are very few that I have seen there are actual manifestations, and most of them, if not all of them, you can put your hand through them. It's either a replay, a resonant image imprinted right there on an atomic scale, or it's just an actual sentient being. They're trying to, like, their last message to help solve a crime. It does happen. There's one case in the Philippines, the Vizconde massacre. Was one of those who actually helped with investigating that. Things happened there. We'll go through that entire video some other time because I love that case. Anyway, moving on.
Argentina were reviewing footage from the previous night, searching for clues about a terrifying incident that had happened that night.
We are almost done. Actually, no, not yet. We are 11 minutes
At
in.
first, they found nothing. But suddenly, they spotted this.
Okay.
I'm gonna hide for a moment. I'm getting allergies.
Veamos, bueno.
A figure who seemed to be smoking something. The flames were unusually large, and the situation felt strange. Suddenly, the woman vanished without a trace. The
That's pretty
officers were
cool.
deeply unsettled by this bizarre encounter. What had really happened that night?
Okay. I cannot declare an explanation on that one
Guatemala, Chile,
because I don't have enough evidence. Either there's no come on, officers. If you were in that situation, she's leaving a lot of material there. Look at that. Look at that. Look. That's material already. If she was really there, you can collect some of the material coming from that fire, the ignition. There's a lot of ash. There's a combustion. I would step outside and smell the smoke. What is that? I can't really collect it. If you have a container for smoke, go ahead, but I don't know if you can. Before she even disappeared, I was like, what the hell are you doing? I'll move out there. Hey, look at where she's standing. What is that? Yeah. She would have left evidence there. Just her footmarks. Her shoe. Did they put that in the footage? No, they didn't. So these are all like, oh, one moment they're there and the next they're not, but you don't investigate these little things. Why is there some the CC? Get rid of that.
situation felt strange.
See, if I would collect evidence around her feet, I would expect evidence around this ignition she's having on her chest. I would smell the smoke if she was really there. And then she disappeared. If she disappeared, I'd look for footsteps. I'd track it. I'd document everything. I'd have an evidence bag digging inches into the soil. Find me something here. I would cordon this area. And just to prevent contamination. Just collect as much as evidence as I can. But nothing here.
Suddenly, the woman vanished.
I mean, you can do that with
trace.
effects. Come
The
on.
officers were deeply unsettled by this bizarre encounter. What had really happened that night?
I mean, come on. Her pants have
In 2007,
a little tie on it so it doesn't drop.
seeing shadows and hearing eerie cries at night, warning them to leave the house. When the police arrived to investigate, they found broken windows and mattresses discarded outside.
I'm like, come on, go to sleep. If there was something like this, I would get that person out of here. You're not contributing to the investigation. I know you're scared. Please, I understand that you're going through something. Anything unexplained would be magical to anyone who doesn't know the science or the reasons behind it. I don't blame them for that. I've seen cases where people panic and faint. But please, get away from the situation. If you're in a bad situation like that, you wouldn't stay there and start talking and praying. You would just get out of that room. Just get.
During the investigation, Sergeant Boris Oliveira was speaking with the family when a trowel suddenly fell from the attic, adding to their unease. Footage from the house later revealed a shadowy figure darting through the background.
Evidencia, ¿no es cierto?
That was something
Concerned for
there.
her safety,
Yeah.
the police offered the family a place to stay for the night. A team
Okay.
of Brazilian police officers responded to a call about an abandoned school.
Because that's such a short footage. These are the kinds of cases where I get called into because that's unexplained phenomena. That's my field. And yes, I spent so many years of my childhood inside the libraries reading. I told myself at 6 years old, 5 years old, kindergarten, I'm going to collect all the knowledge I can find and then put them all together, because every discipline has a connection to the other one. That's my way of thinking back when I was a toddler. And I have applied that in everything. So I'd be calling that a case like that. I would investigate it thoroughly, gather evidence, look at the footage, like the mental states. This is a basic thing.
Neighbors had reported loud noises, leading them to suspect intruders. When the officers entered the building, they experienced something unexplainable.
Que isso, mano? Cuidado, Judá. Cuidado, mano. Que é isso, mano?
You know what? I would hold that door shut. Or I would hold that door open and prop it with something. If the force keeps pushing me, and there's something there.
Mano, que é isso, bicho? Caralho, mano. Bora, mano.
I would prop this door open.
Mano, vai, mano. Vai, mano.
I would look at the hinges first. I wouldn't declare anything. I'll look at the hinges first, see if there's anything there making it move back and forth. Okay, funny thing. One of my
Closes with great force, even though no
funny thing about one of my tools in a toolkit, I bring a construction leveler. Okay, I would have a construction leveler.
There. The officers
And
quickly
I would
left,
put it.
confused about what had just happened.
Okay, let me show you where I'm gonna put it. Let's do that again.
Vai, mano.
A door opens and closes with great force, even though no
Okay, if I had the leveler, that thing with the water inside it, and you know if it's sideways or not, yeah, I would put it right here on top of the door itself, and then I would put it also right at the bottom where the floor is. Although it's not the angle of the door might not be strong enough, but it could contribute to its movement. I want to know what those hinges are made of. I want to know what could constitute that kind of movement without any external force applied to it. There's a lot of evidence gathering here that's being ignored because of fear. So that's why I'm being called, because if you put a cop in there, they would run. Oh yes, so they just did. All right, that's what they do.
one was there. The officers quickly
This could be
left,
faked easily.
confused about what had just happened.
But with the kind of weaponry they have, are those official for this country?
This footage was captured on the night of November 22nd,
Okay, going forward.
2022, when police officers were deployed to investigate a house.
So the police officer declared they're entering and looking and
After
asking people to
confirming
come
there was
out.
No one inside, the police told the homeowner to wait outside while they searched. As the officers looked for clues, strange things began happening.
Anyone inside?
While one officer suggested the door could have shut from the wind, they couldn't explain the odd noises that followed.
Police.
Oh yes,
Anyone
I've seen
inside?
this
Make
before.
yourself known.
This looks authentic.
As they
Although
climbed
I'm not a
upstairs,
cop,
one
okay?
officer
I
felt
wanted to be
unsettling
one, but
presence.
I'm not a
The
cop.
woman was alone upstairs.
I'm looking at the body cam information.
Downstairs, clear.
What is that sound?
He began to panic, showing signs of fear. After finding nothing unusual, the officers left the house, still feeling like someone was watching them.
What, is there a part here where the door
On
closed?
December 29th, 2020, a security guard's routine.
Okay, halfway mark. We're gonna stop right there. I'm gonna continue this. I'm gonna post this video, and I'm gonna post a link. Include the mystery man as a link and police officer about Sarah, the disappearing girl in a car. and I would post his link to on this one. Please subscribe to them as well, and subscribe and like my videos as well. So tomorrow I'm gonna do the other half of this. It's gonna take too long. I don't want you to stay and hear me rant for this long. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. Please subscribe and like. I'm looking for my goal is just 500 followers for now, and then 1,000. This is Ira Cruz, real life paranormal consultant for TV shows and private cases. Signing out for now. I will see you on the next one. Be nice and be kind to each other. Thank you.